I have 2 quick questions, but I just want to mention first, Mike, don't worry about Jerry's Sword. Plenty of us got your back.
Thank you.
First of all, can we ever get an East version of Acquisitions Inc.?
The male Wizards of the Coast. I mean, it's not up to us. They are the ones that sort of manage those games. So if you want to see one at PAX East, let them know. Right now, I think they're sort of set on 1 a year, but I think that if you guys made a big enough noise, they would do more.
Did you know that Scott co-wrote an adventure called The Minds of Madness? You can actually play it over at the Wizards booth. You should definitely give it a shot.
Thank you. Second question, quick. Would you ever consider giving MC Chris a second chance to perform at PAX?
That would be up to Robert, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I would, but Robert takes it very personally when you spit on his people that he's brought to his show. So, that would be up to him.
I appreciate your time, and thank you.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey there.
My vocabulary has kind of been plateauing. I was wondering if Jerry could teach me a new word.
Oh.
Yeah. Like impart to me a gem from your lexical treasure trove. Like.
Tourmaline is a gem.
What? Turtling?
Tourmaline. Turtling is different. Tourmaline. Tourmaline.
Wait, isn't that like a gemstone?
It's a gem, yeah.
Yeah, I know that, Jerry.
Oh, see this? We got a badass over here. Okay, badass. Now you're in for it. Let's see. Do you know Macropterus?
Resembling a large bird.
Fuck! Oh, shit! Okay, all right.
Shit just got real.
How about quotidian?
Daily?
Fuck!
This is incredible.
Listen, it's time for us to flip the script. You teach me a word.
I don't... you know petrichor?
Petrichor?
Petrichor. P-E-T-R-I-C-H-O-R.
Oh no, I can tell how it's spelled. What is it?
It's the smell after it rains.
Ooh. What is your name?
My name is Angeline.
Angeline?
Angeline.
Angeline.
It's like Angelina, but I couldn't.
I totally got it. It's like, who has time for an Angeline? No. So you are now Angeline Petrichor.
Really?
Yep, it happened. Whenever a person teaches me a word, that's how I remember them.
Oh my goodness. Thank you.
Angeline Petrichor, it's been a pleasure.
Yes.
PAX made.
Hello, what can we do for you?
Hi. So I don't really have a question, but I have a D&D experience.
Okay.
I'm not a DM, but I'm on the opposite side of when a DM plans something and then the player completely fucks it up.
Ooh, all right. Let us know.
It was my first game. I had just created my character, and he created this really big spider for us to fight, and it was a trap.
Mm-hmm.
Walked
Usually
right into
is.
it, yep. And we rolled initiative, and I got a 20, and I was going first, and I rolled to hit, and I rolled another 20, and then so he had me roll again, and I rolled another 20.
No.
Yes, and I instant killed the spider.
That's pretty amazing.
This is great.
Hey, can somebody, you guys are good at math, what's the chance of that? 3 20s in a row?
20 times 20 times 20.
1 in 6,000, someone just yelled.
1 in 8,000?
8,000.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
And it was my first battle.
Wow.
Ever.
That was your first roll of a die?
Well, after creating my character.
Right.
Yes.
Jesus.
You're gonna get a reputation.
No. After that, I always got like 5s and 1s.
Oh, yeah, that's like Jerry.
Yeah. My DM was so angry, he had to get up and go to another room and like sit there for 5 minutes. To calm down.
Did he mourn his spider?
It's like a Rancor keyboard, right?
And the greatest thing, I was a sorceress.
Oh, see, there you
So I
go.
wasn't even like a powerful class.
And then did he just give you the DM screen and say, "You are the dungeon master"? Because that's how that story should end, right?
I guess I don't know. It just wouldn't have turned out well, I think. If I had.
Well, thank you for the tale.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thanks.
Hey there, this is my second PAX, and I had to ask because someone only asked on the second day last year. I want to use it all weekend. What's the swear word this year?
Tangle beef!
Skin flute.
I really haven't had anything. We're gonna have to do it live, as they say. I like cheddar as a suffix.
We had what was the cheese one we had?
I don't know.
No, it was a word for the cheese and that gets in foreskin.
Smegma! That's the one.
No, we had another word for it.
No, we had an awesome word for it. We didn't have that word.
Semen curds. Did we already do that?
That's a classic. That's age.
I think we may have to think about this and get back to the next Q&A.
Listen, we're gonna get together with our council.
2 more questions, they're really short, so the guy behind me doesn't murder me. Jerry, are you feeling any carnal aspirations towards fruit right now?
No, what I'm feeling is intense heat like that of a kiln. I can feel my body changing inside this contraption.
It's warm up here under the lights.
It's gonna be like fucking Captain America. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna have all my ass together. It's gonna be banging.
The question was sand and Bobrul. What's the word?
We're doing a lot of work on sand right now on the story, so I think that it'll probably happen this year. When did we say we were going to do it?
Maybe during Australia.
PAX Australia, I think we'll run sand is the plan. So July.
All right. And Bobrul?
That didn't win.
Yeah, Bobrul didn't win, but we do have Silverside for Automata and the Tithe for
Lookouts.
For Lookouts, which is all about the Daughters of the Airwood. So that should be hot shit.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Over here.
Hi, I have both a question and a suggestion for Jerry. The suggestion, first so I don't forget it, is a really cool freeware game that just got translated from French. It's called Off, and I would definitely recommend it.
Is it OFF? Mm-hmm. Cool, okay. Do you think, is it out now? Would I be able to find it on the floor?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Just Google Off game and you can find it.
All right.
It's very cool. And this was already kind of asked, but I figured I'd try my luck because I skipped breakfast this morning.
No.
Are you really going to eat all those whoopie pies?
Really? Let's go over here.
I wish you luck.
Hey.
I got presents.
Oh, wow. Can I have one?
You have 2. Sign the 3rd.
Sure.
All right.
Oh, actually, I don't have a pen on me right now.
Yeah, I didn't show up prepared either.
Okay, we'll make it happen.
And I think that a word battle between that chick and...
Yeah, how rad is that?
Yeah, it's all good.
I got a pen now. I got all kinds of pens. I got pens for days.
I actually heard that they're called women. I don't know if that is still true. It changes a lot. I can't keep track of it, honestly.
That's super uncomfortable.
There's tiny barbs inside.
Hot under that
That's
hat.
something you might consider for the next hat. No barbs.
I don't like being encumbered. All right, where are we going now? Over here.
Hi. Ironically, I have a question about
Oh.
I'm a huge reality TV fan, and I'm really loving
So
the show.
am I.
Yeah. What I found odd, and I was just wondering why you made this choice, was only artists, no team, nothing about the writing, nothing.
Given our predicament,
Yeah, I just thought, why did you do that?
I think for the first series, it was just easier. I would absolutely like to see, you know, a season that was focused on teams. I think that would be good because they all have to be on the same playing field, right? So if you're going to do teams, they all have to be teams, right?
Right. But also, we know a lot of sole proprietors that produce incredible work, like Chris Straub, Scott Kurtz, John Ellison. There are a lot of people that just cut straight through it, and honestly, because of the way we work, we are genuinely fascinated by a person who delivers the whole thing.
Yeah.
That is something that we do not understand, and we wanted to explore it on the show.
I appreciate that. That makes sense.
It seems weird. Like, we don't understand how you could... It seems unfair, actually. It seems like bullshit.
It does. Not only does it seem like bullshit, when I saw it for the first time, I thought, that's kind of minimizing. It seemed that way to me.
Yeah, man, I would be so rich.
No, I would be. You can't draw.
Not necessary.
Thank you.
Thank you. Over here.
Okay, so everyone here is very familiar with all of your successful endeavors, but what's the one idea each of you have had that you're really invested in, but for whatever reason got shot down, or you just...
Motorcycle.
Not the motorcycle or the arcade.
The arcade was a good one. That was a big one for us.
What have we... And it happens fairly often. What was the most recent thing that got shot down?
Well, I don't know. I mean, we thought that we were going to make action. We thought we were going to make action adventure comics.
Yeah.
But we didn't plan any of this. This is all a continuous surprise.
We did have a conversation about a theme park that got shut down.
Yeah, it's apparently very dangerous
and expensive.
Well, I can admit I wouldn't want to be on the Fruit Fucker ride.
Yeah, but there's a demographic for that.
Yeah.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah. Look who it is.
Abby Howard.
From Strip Search. Oh, there it is. There's Abby face.
We've seen Abby face. We know all about it.
Hi guys.
Hey, what's up?
So Mike, I've been watching Strip Search, and I noticed that you're kind of a dick bag to the strippers. I was wondering, why are you such a dick bag?
Abby, you might not know this. I actually have the authority to kick you out of PAX, too.
I'm a special guest. You can.
Enforcers, seize her badge.
I was a jerk, absolutely, because somebody had to be to make it a fun and entertaining show.
For others.
For others, not for you guys. That was horrible for you guys. But I could tell. I met you guys last night, right? Super late, over in the mezzanine, and I came up and I offered hugs, and you seemed so terrified.
Well, she didn't know if it was one of your dark hugs.
Yeah. No, I definitely played a character there. Well, no, I am actually a jerk.
But all of your reality show heroes sort of fit that mold. Right?
Yeah. But then, you know, there's the end part where we get real. That's nice, right? Do you feel abused?
I do have dreams at night sometimes.
Yeah, you're a weirdo.
I'll see you later.
Yeah, everybody.
Hey. So I was just wondering, have you ever read a book called Ready Player One?
Oh, I love that book, yeah.
I haven't read it yet. He's read it.
That book is designed for us to love it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I love reading, and I just wondered if you had any good recommendations.
Yeah, I've read some good books lately. If you haven't read Wool, Wool is very good. And, let's see, I always recommend The Sparrow, if you like science fiction.
Yep.
And one other one I read recently that I thought was really good. Do yours. I'm trying to think of my last
Have you ever
one.
read Altered Carbon?
Yes!
No. That's a must. So imagine imagine like a mashup of like cyberpunk themes and noir. It is exquisite. It's a must.
I will look into that.
I just got a text message.
Put your phone away.
I can't think of the third one. I'm sorry. Wool is very good. Go read Wool.
I will do. Thank you.
Yep.
In any book that says Philip K. Dick on the front, just read it.
So I have a question regarding PAX in general. Has anyone besides Keith Advocate gotten actually kicked out before within PAX East?
Has anyone ever been kicked out of PAX?
Yeah, like escorted to leave by enforcers by force.
I think it has happened. That would be a good question for enforcers. They shield us from most of that stuff. Like, I know there have been a couple times where I'll go up to an enforcer like, how's everything going? Oh, everything's going great. Everything's going awesome. And then they'll turn and be like, did you see the guy with the knife? You got him out, right? Like, they don't. We are treated like children at PAX.
So you guys aren't given like a rundown of what happens at there every day? Like, oh, this happened, that happened.
No, we are babies. we are ferried to each place where we're supposed to be. We're given food, pre-chewed, like a baby bird.
Is it blended?
No, it's chewed. Robert chews it.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's actually good. It saves you a lot of time. Let's go over here.
It's oddly sweet.
You don't realize how much time you waste chewing. I mean,
it's the saliva.
Yeah,
It helps it start you guys
pre-digestion.
Right.
Years ago, when PAX was just an idea, I heard the story of Robert asking you what you wanted to call it, and you didn't have very much time to think of anything, so you called it Penny Arcade Expo.
Right.
What would you call it if you had time to think about it?
PAX, I guess.
Yeah, it's actually two names, right? I mean, now, generally speaking, it's never called the Penny Arcade Expo at all. Like, it renamed itself. I didn't even have to touch it.
Yeah, that happens all the time, though. Anything that we have to name, it's usually named just like that, right?
The second, strip search, pretty much instantaneous.
Yeah. All that stuff just happened. Even Penny Arcade. You know, we had the first couple comics drawn, and I just said, we need a name for this comic strip, and he said, Penny Arcade. So.
All right, thanks.
Yeah. Oh, let's go over here again still.
Holy crap, I'm nervous.
No, it's okay.
Don't be nervous. We're all friends here.
It's legit. I'm the dork. Look at this.
Well, it's actually a great segue to what I want to talk about. First of all, thanks, Mike, again for the signature earlier. That just made my day. It was awesome. The second thing I want to talk about was, you know, before we go on, I just want to stress I've had a great life. I mean, it's just, I don't know. A lot of my life I've had a little rough time. I've been picked on quite a bit. And as a result, in my later years, I've had a lot of anxiety. And it's funny because my life is great right now, and I don't know why, but every morning I keep waking up with like a throbbing heart, and I don't know what to do. And after reading The Emerald Dream, I saw your post, Mike. Actually, I went back to season 1 of the...
of the show?
Yeah, the show, yeah. And I thought to myself, wow, I mean, I kind of went through the same thing with... my dad was actually an addict for quite a bit, and that also provoked a lot of anxiety towards drugs. And I actually did send you an email about this, but... I was just curious if you had any tips on maybe accepting the fact that, you know, anxiety is a problem and what I can do about it.
Well, I mean, I think the big thing is that it's okay to take medicine if you're sick.
Yeah.
You know, like if you hurt your arm or something, the doctor would give you medicine, right? But if where you're hurt is in your head, then there's a stigma attached to it. And I think that you need to get over, you need to get over that yourself first. You know, especially it sounds like for you and me, maybe we're in the same boat where one of my anxieties was focused on being scared of drugs. So the idea of taking a drug, even like Lexapro, was extremely hard. And it took, a lot of my friends coming together and helping me get through it to even try it. But I'm here to tell you that it changes your life. I mean, it made everything better for me.
And it's going to be fucked up because I look like this. But I'm going to tell you a real thing. So you have to imagine this person inside of you. You're kind of getting it coming and going. But I have to tell you that it is all right for a man to not be 100% strong 100% of the time. Nobody taught me that. You know what I mean? In fact, they taught me the opposite, but that's bullshit and you can throw it away.
Well, thank you. And just to stress, I have nothing against drugs. I mean, I'm perfectly fine with it. Just like, well, obviously, I'm not taking them, but...
I would describe myself as a professional.
Yeah, we got it. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.
Hey there.
Hey, hello. I just want to say it's great to be here. I love you guys, and thanks for PAX and setting this up. And I'm here talking to developers about button remapping. I've been doing it the last few years.
Yeah.
This venue's been awesome. And
Say your piece.
And it's been great being able to talk to developers saying add button remapping to console games because disabled gamers need it. And so thank you for making this venue. Hopefully someday you guys will do a comic about how ridiculous that console games don't come with remapping.
Where can we go to get stories about how effed it is?
My website, askacapper.com. I'm a capper, askacapper.com.
Okay.
You can go, I have videos there kind of outlining what button remapping is and why disabled gamers need it. And it's something that's really important because it makes games accessible, and a lot of people put a lot of time into these games, and we can't play them. It's a bummer. But if they just added that simple feature. So that was my point, that's why I'm here, and if anyone would like to sign the petition, come up to me after and I'll point you to the URL. But I want to say,
this man's petition?
Yeah. Yes, please do. It means a lot to disabled gamers. I wanted to ask you guys, you're sort of internet famous, of course. What sort of weird what's been the weirdest fan reaction that you've ever had that you remember that just really set the bar of somebody when they realized it was you? What was it?
I had a girl who was a grocery bagger at a QFC, which is a grocery store that we have over there, recognized me while she was bagging my groceries and dropped to her hands and knees and bow over in the middle of the grocery store. And that was extremely weird.
But you appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I talk, functionally speaking, like I'm sort of the mouth of Penny Arcade. People generally speaking do not...
What does that make me?
The hand.
Oh, that's better.
Generally speaking, I think that people feel like they know me better, and so worship is not typically on the menu.
So, but you take some worship.
I would certainly absorb it if it was there.
You're going to turn down worship.
That's crazy.
So I just want to say thank you guys. You guys are awesome, and
thank you so much.
Thank you.